Hello, I'm Barbara Sanders from Mountain Sun Sales, and I want to show you an amazing invention that Tupperware has to save you tons of money. Well, these are called FridgeSmarts. Now, everybody needs to eat more healthy. We need to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables. Well, Tupperware has a design for helping our fruits and vegetables stay fresh longer. Did you know that the food product that gets thrown out the most in homes is fresh fruits and vegetables? They just get tossed to the back of the refrigerator and people forget about them. They don't have time to prepare their meals, and maybe they get fast food instead of making the fresh fruits and vegetables and making fresh salads at home, and the vegetables go bad and they get tossed out. Well, that doesn't have to happen anymore. Now, Tupperware originally made FridgeSmarts maybe about 15 years ago. They are the result of a research project at the University of Florida to figure out how to keep fruits and vegetables fresh the longest. They actually discovered that fruits and vegetables need to breathe. Now, we've all studied biology, and you have learned, just like I, that fruits and vegetables and all green plants go through photosynthesis, and they take in carbon dioxide and they put out oxygen. Well, they also need some good air, and they need different types of moisture. And the FridgeSmarts have been designed to provide just that and to keep them the freshest possible. Now, I'm going to show you how I can keep 5 pounds of carrots fresh for months. I have a big bag of carrots like this. Now, we go through carrots pretty fast at my house, but even when we weren't using carrots as fast, I would get a 5-pound bag and I would just dump them into my FridgeSmart. We'll all fit in here somehow. I might need to arrange these a little better, but you see what I mean. I got 5 pounds of carrots in there, and then I'm going to set the lid. Now, on this side, you will see a chart with pictures of fruits and vegetables, and carrots are right in the middle. That means that the vents are going to be closed for carrots. And to have a closed vent, we have the slider in the center. Now, do you see it says Tupperware right there? When I put the cover on, I put it on so that the vent is towards the back and the word Tupperware is towards the front where the picture is. And whatever the picture shows of the fruit and vegetable that I am storing, I put the slider so it lines up right with that. And that causes it to have the perfect environment. Now, carrots, just like radishes and beets and a few other vegetables, grow under the ground, so they naturally need less oxygen, so the vents are closed. Now, I'm going to show you something else. Now, this is another one of my favorite things to store in FridgeSmarts. We love to eat fresh salad, and spring mix is something that you can buy very reasonably if you buy a big container of it. Well, I actually bought this about 2 weeks ago, and do you see, it's still pretty fresh. I don't have to throw out any of these right now, and that's because I put them in this. And for lettuce or spinach, any of these leafy vegetables or bell peppers, I have the slider all the way to the left, and that causes the vent to be half open, and it's the perfect environment. Now, I want to show you a few other things. Oh, I didn't tell you how long this lasts. This will stay fresh for about 3 or 4 weeks, so I don't have to throw out any lettuce. It is great. Well, I also have some avocados in here. Now, these we just went cheap on these. I think my daughter got them off the dollar rack where we get 6 avocados for $1. You can't get them any cheaper than that. And so these were already starting to spoil a little bit when we got them, and that was about 2 weeks ago, but they're not moldy yet because they're in the FridgeSmart. Now, the FridgeSmart actually shows avocados over here on the outside on the far right, which means it's one of those vegetables that shouldn't go in the refrigerator. But if they're smushy already and you know they're going to go bad fast, go ahead and put them in the refrigerator in a FridgeSmart, and they will stay fresh for several weeks longer. Okay, now I have strawberries. These are great. Fresh strawberries in the summertime are wonderful, and these will actually stay fresh in a FridgeSmart for about 2 weeks. Can you imagine that? Now, the container that the strawberries came in, it has some holes in it, and it's plastic. It doesn't seal the air in, and it allows the refrigerators to suck all the moisture out of your strawberries, and that causes them to mold faster. Now, I have heard that strawberries will actually keep fresh longer if you use the longer flat container because they're not touching. So if any of them do start to spoil, they won't be touching the rest of the strawberries and spoiling them. But you will be amazed at how fresh they stay in one of these. Wrong way. Turn it the right way. There we go. Okay, now I want to show you about celery. This is another item that FridgeSmarts are perfect for. One time I had gotten celery to make my stuffing for Thanksgiving, and I forgot about my celery. I had it stuffed in the back of the refrigerator. Well, in January, I pulled this out, and I thought, oh, I'm going to have to cook the celery and use it in soup. But I took it out, and it was still crisp and fresh, so I could eat it raw after 3 months. And that's just not going to happen if you just have your celery stored in the bag in your fresh drawer in your refrigerator. Those don't work. You need FridgeSmarts. Well, to put these in here, what I'm going to do is cut the end off like this. And that makes it a little shorter so that I can line them up in here. Now, actually, I was bad. I bought the celery at least a week ago, and I didn't put it in my FridgeSmart yet. So I don't expect it to last as long as if I put it in here right away. But it's still going to keep fresh better in the FridgeSmart. And this part we don't need, and I'll just get it all stuffed in there and put the cover on, and then it will stay fresh for a very long time. Okay, now I have another one here. Now this has some mustard greens from our garden. And I'm going to show you something about this. Do you see how this is damp here? The moisture from the fruits and vegetables gets recirculated, and it's kind of like a terrarium. That's why it keeps the fruits and vegetables from spoiling, because the moisture stays in there and recirculates and keeps them fresh longer. And this has been in there for at least a week, and look how fresh it looks. Well, FridgeSmarts are absolutely amazing, and they can come in so many different sizes. But as you get them, you will find that you need lots of them because you'll eat more fruits and vegetables, and then you'll get healthier. Well, I want to show you something else about these pictures on here. You can actually store a combination of any of the fruits and vegetables in that section. So you could put your bell peppers and your green onions and your cauliflower all in the same container, and it will stay fresh longer. And when you put them in there, did you notice I didn't wash these first, and I took them out of the bag? So you put them in there naked, no bag, dirty, leave them as they come from the store, and dry, because you don't want any extra moisture in there spoiling the fruits and vegetables. You want them to stay fresh by the natural moisture that they have inside them. Well, let me know if you have any questions about these. FridgeSmarts are a great item to start collecting, no matter how old you are, no matter how many you start with. Get some FridgeSmarts.